Let's welcome Mr. Sanjeev Brahme ji, who is a Chartered Accountant with 46 years of experience. And he is an ex-chairman of WIRC Thane. And let's talk to him on Krishna Talks and dive into the field of accountancy and finance with Chartered Accountant and understand his viewpoint and learn his experience. So, welcome, sir. Can you please provide your detailed experience of life and your profession? It would be better that you would speak and we hear.
Thank you so much. Thank you, madam, for inviting me here in this wonderful campus and the engineering college, LR Engineering College, I suppose. And I'm really happy for Dr. Mayur Dubey also who invited me. Well, coming back to, before I proceed, I'll just say Guruvandana. ज्या ज्या स्थळी मनदायामध्ये त्या त्या स्थळी निरूप तुझे मी ठेवतो मस्त ज्या ठिकाणी तेथे सद्गुरुबाय ध्वनी. I am Sanjeev Brahme, Chartered Accountant, partner in BK Product Company, Chartered Accountants, which is the senior most firms in Thane. It was established in 1954. And I joined this firm 7 December 79 after my qualifying as a CA. Well, if you go through the past experience as a chartered accountant, in our days we were not even allowed to carry the calculators in the exam hall.
Calculators,
also. And now we have come to the age wherein the people are so much used to tech savvy, the articles
tech savvy,
tech savvy.
Yeah.
And the way they are exposed to the technology. We were never exposed to technology as such. We never had even the computers that time. That time we had only typewriter in our offices.
Typewriter
in offices, and we used to draft the balance sheets and profit and loss account of the companies or any individuals also by hand, and it goes for typing. And if there are changes, there used to be changes when there is finalization of the company's balance sheet. There
used to be changes
because some disclosures, some stocks valuation variations, and then every time the typist will be really bugged up for doing the same thing
again and again, the same thing. They get monotonous. Yes, sir, we will like to speak to you in Hindi also wherever you wish to, so that it's more clear and very good for our listener. With
no issue.
Yeah.
बाद में जब भी practice के I mean went on when the technology started developing in our profession also, then the computer system came in. In our time even the telex used to be there, because certain companies we had to send a telex of balance sheets, first schedule, second schedule within specified time after closure of the year. So that time telex was the main way of communication within the companies. But then we passed over that stage and we come to the stage today wherein it is a great technological achievement. Of course, if you take my generation, many people have adapted to the technology. Many people. I mean, at least coming to the emails and whatnot. That time even emails were also not very prominent. हम तभी पूरा व्यवहार जो करते थे वो तो लेटर जाता था. लेटर से करते थे जब एडवांस टाइप का सर्कुलर जाने का है तो इट यूज्ड टू गो बाय, वो तो हम बाय पोस्ट भेजते थे एडवांस टाइप भरने के लिए. तो मतलब अभी वो बात देखेंगे तो द वे टेक्नोलॉजी हैज इवॉल्व्ड एंड डेवलप्ड, नाउ वी सेंड ईमेल्स, आवर आर्टिकल्स. I tell you the kind of articles we see now, the CA students we see now, phenomenal. The way they adapt to technology and the way they are taking interest in the profession. My only grievance is that I see less number of people coming to profession in the practice. Many CA article students who are passed out or who are passing it out, they are either going to industry or going to big chartered accountancy firms. But people are reluctant to come to the profession because there are a lot of efforts. बहुत मेहनत है प्रोफेशन में.
अच्छा.
मेहनत है, काम जमाना भी बहुत मेहनत है. Of course, you have got various fields also. There are specified fields now. Accountancy field, accounts writing field, GST. Then even ESI also some people are doing it. Of course, that is not the main forte of chartered accountants, but people are doing it. And then company audits, tax audits. The way the Income Tax Act also is getting changed year after year. The slabs are increasing for the tax audits. Now that also is one of the constraint for the people to come in the profession. कि अगर 5 करोड़ तक का 10 करोड़ तक का अगर टैक्स ऑडिट में छूट है तो हमको क्या जॉब मिले, हमको क्या ऑडिट मिलेंगे. तो इससे बढ़िया है कि हम किसी फर्म को ज्वाइन करें, बड़े फर्म को, या तो इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन करें. बट मेहनती बहुत है आजकल बच्चे लोग. आई नो ग्रीवेंस, आज के बच्चे लोग भी उतनी ही मेहनत जितनी हमने की थी. और हमारे टाइम में तो वी हैड बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स. I mean, on books, not only books, some books also. We never had exposure to the technology by which you could adapt to other references. तभी हमको printed books एक था. और हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट के जो स्टडी मटेरियल था, that is phenomenal. That was phenomenal. That was a main guiding thing for us to study. With Thane branch of WRC है. It was formed, though initially it was a informal chapters like thing, but 2007 a full-fledged branch has come into existence, and I think we must be around 3,500 to 4,000 chartered accountants in Thane. It's a Thane Mahapalika jurisdiction.
जी.
मतलब यहाँ up to भाईंदर के तक, I mean up to फाउंटेन तक जहाँ महापालिका क्षेत्र है, और जहाँ शिल्फाटा तक है, यानी वहाँ भिवंडी पहले कल्याण तक ऐसा. तो वहाँ से 4,000 मेंबर्स हैं, और मेरे मोर देन 10,000 स्टूडेंट्स विल बी देयर. एंड वी आर आवर्स फॉर द फर्स्ट मैनेजिंग कमिटी विच गॉट इलेक्टेड इन 2007 फॉर 3 years. Then I became a chairman in 2009-10 of the Thane branch. And we had done lot of activities for the students, for the members. I for myself, for serving at the WIRC, which is our alma mater Institute of Chartered Accountants. उनका branch, regional branch is WIRC, West India Regional Council. Western India Regional Council.
I got it.
ICAI. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And उसमें ये regional council है. महाराष्ट्र, गोवा, गुजरात. Now I feel that I should be serving the profession without an expectation. I do it in my own office. So I should serve the institute. So I have been a faculty on income tax at various forums of WIRC as well as other branches of WIRC in the WIRC क्षेत्र जहाँ महाराष्ट्र, गोवा, गुजरात में है. And one more thing which we had done to promote the young budding chartered accountants to come to the income tax appeal practice. So we have been holding mock tribunal. जैसे moot court होता है, ऐसे हम लोग moot tribunal के कल्पना करते हैं. And we have been अभी तक हमने 12 moot court किया है, mock tribunal. जहाँ हमने we had gone to various places. We take 40-50 cases लेते हैं, और जैसा ट्राइब्यूनल में सीन होता है, ऐसा सीन हम खड़ा करते हैं.
ट्रिब्यूनल
इनकम टैक्स अपीलेट ट्राइब्यूनल मुंबई. अच्छा. जहाँ आज कम से कम 10 बेंचेस है, और ईच बेंच हैज वन जुडिशियल मेंबर, वन अकाउंटेंट मेंबर. नॉर्मली अकाउंटेंट मेंबर इज चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट और इनकम टैक्स रिटायर्ड इनकम टैक्स कमिश्नर कमिंग फ्रॉम देयर, एंड जुडिशियल मेंबर इज एडवोकेट or the judges, normally advocates, practicing advocates who have left the practice and joined tribunal. And what we do, we take the tribunal bench members to various places with us. We have got 40 cases. We have nearly 35-40 chartered accountants, mostly who are not exposed to appeal practice. We prepare the brief, give to them, we do orientation, and then I'm fortunate, or rather I feel it's a matter of pride, that many chartered accountants, after going through this cycle of this mock tribunal, have started coming to appellate practice. That is one major achievement I feel that I have done for profession. Lot more to be done, but I am hopeful that the young generation will definitely pick up and come to appellate practice, which is my way of liking in profession. And regular other practice also, the audit practice also is there. Simultaneously, though I don't expect the young chartered accountants to go for a social service.
For social service?
Social service.
Acha.
But I have been adopted to that field because of my parents and because of my senior most partner, my professional guru, Mr. B.K. Patwardhan, who is no more. Because of who was a very towering personality in Thane, Thane district. Because of his social background, that I started involving myself and my parental background also in a social field also. I thought that a given point of time when you have even though you may not have time, but you have to take time for these matters. We have to serve the society also. When you serve the profession, you have to also serve the society.
True, that's right.
From that angle, I have been involved in social aspects of Thane city.
जी सर, फिर what there is some difference आज के CAs में और आपके ज़माने के CA हैं, उसमें कुछ ना कुछ तो आपको डिफरेंस मालूम होगा, पता चला होगा, लाइक कुछ तो आप अनुभव करते होंगे ना कि क्या डिफरेंस है. क्या वो उस बारे में कुछ हमें डिस्क्राइब करेंगे कि वो CA और आज के CA में क्या डिफरेंस है?
नहीं, हमारे ज़माने को CA है. हमने मेहनत की है, बहुत मेहनत की है
जी.
हमारे स्टडीज़ के लिए मेहनत की है. जहाँ एज आई सेड अर्लियर कि हमको वी आर नॉट एक्सपोज टू टेक्नोलॉजी का, तो हमको बुक्स लेके ही हमको पढ़ना पड़ता था. लेकिन आज के CA उनको काफ़ी टेक्नोलॉजी है. नहीं,
बट पढ़ाई तो अपनी जगह पर है, बट CA इन प्रैक्टिस, जैसे जो CA आज प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं और जो CA आपके टाइम के प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे, उनमें मतलब कुछ एथिकल होगा, कुछ प्रोफेशनल होगा, कुछ डिफरेंस ऐसा होगा जो आपको ऐसा लगे कि मतलब एक बार ऐसा होता है ना, जैसे हम पेरेंट्स से मिलते हैं अपने, तो पेरेंट्स हमें क्या बोलते हैं, तुम क्या करोगी जो हमने कर लिया है, और जो हमारे पेरेंट हम बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि जो हमने देख लिया है वो तुम क्या कर देखोगे, तुम्हें तो सब कुछ आज बना बनाया मिल रहा है. तो वो चीज़ जो है ना, एक जनरेशन गैप, उसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? काफ़ी जनरेशन अब इवॉल्व हो चुका है ना, लाइक
जनरेशन गैप तो है. लेकिन मेरे पास जो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स यंग चार्टर्ड जुड़े हुए हैं, मेरे कुछ कंप्लेंट नहीं है. Ethics is concerned, all our chartered accountants are doing all ethical practice. I have no second opinion about it. और जो तरीके से हम कर रहे थे, of course, as I said, कि कभी कभी मेहनत में कम पड़ते हैं यंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स, क्योंकि उनको क्या होता है, जैसे आजकल आप देखते हैं चैट GPT आया है जी, टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से उनको सब रेडीमेड मिलता है. उसका हिसाब रखेंगे तो वो हिसाब से उनकी मेहनत कम पड़ती है खुद रिसर्च करने की जी, खुद ड्राफ्टिंग करने की. मेरी कंप्लेंट यंग चार्टर्ड्स के बारे में, ड्राफ्टिंग के बारे में है कि उनको बनाया हुआ मिलता है और उनको दिमाग बहुत अच्छा है. Our young chartered accountants are much more superior in brains, intelligence than our generation also. But उनका जो ड्राफ्टिंग स्किल है, आई एम वेरी सॉरी दैट दे हैव नॉट अडॉप्टेड ड्राफ्टिंग स्किल. और इसका कारण ऐसा है कि टेक्नोलॉजी को जो एक्सपोजर हो गया, हमारा जो टेक्नोलॉजी थी हमको खुद को ड्राफ्ट करना पड़ता था. तभी हमको वेरियस जजमेंट्स खुद पढ़ने पड़ते थे, वो जजमेंट से क्या लेना है हमको देखना पड़ता था. अभी उनको चैट GPT वजह से या तो जो बाहर के आर्टिकल्स मिलते हैं उनको ऑनलाइन, तो उसे दे जस्ट पिकअप एंड ट्राई टू गो फॉर कॉपी पेस्टिंग मोर लाइक.
तो सर, इससे एक टेक्नोलॉजिकल हेल्प मिल गया, नहीं ऐसा लगता आपको कि उनको एक बहुत बड़ा टेक्नोलॉजिकल असिस्टेंस है, हेल्प है, और अच्छे ग्रो होंगे आने वाले टाइम में? आप लोगों के टाइम पे एक संघर्षपूर्ण लाइफ रहा है, जो खुद पढ़ना, खुद बनाना, और इनको आज सब कुछ मिल रहा है इजीली. तो ये इनका टाइम वेस्ट उधर नहीं हो रहा, जबकि वो अपना एनर्जी और ग्रोथ में लगा सकते हैं. तो इसके लिए आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे?
मैं मानता हूँ कि उनको टाइम मिल रहा है बिकॉज नाउ दे डोंट हैव टू स्पेंड टाइम लाइक अस इन स्टडीज or in creating the information or getting the information. It is they are getting on ready platter. But then in which case, then they should devote that extra time which they get for the betterment of the profession or guiding the new articles or students. Which they are doing it, of course. I got young chartered accountants who are the managing committee members of Thane branch. They are doing excellent job for the students. They are guiding the students very well. And our Thane branch, the students wing, have won the various accolades from the Institute of Chartered Accountants.
Okay.
And even from the WISC also. We have been recognized best Vikasa branch. West India Students Council, that is our Thane branch. And we have been winning the various prizes in the forums. In WISC forum also. So from that angle, slowly, gradually, I think the way they become seniors, today's CA may not have that much time because he has to hanker for the jobs also. And then even though there is technology, then he has to put extra efforts to go through that and get a job also. But as and when he goes senior, 5 साल 10 साल हो गए, तो वो भी डिवोट करना चालू करते हैं बच्चे लोग के लिए.
उनके एस्पायरर्स मतलब उनके तरीके से जो लोग आते हैं. फिर सर आप मेंटरशिप में बिलीव करते हैं ना, मतलब आप पसंद करते हैं कि आप भी 10 स्टूडेंट्स के गुरु, मतलब आपके अंडर में भी कितने CAs हैं?
मेरे क्या, when we were in 89, if you see my 79 के बाद में, we used to always have 15-20 students doing articleship with us.
तो it's year after year?
Year after year.
Okay.
तभी तो 3 साल का था कोर्स, अभी तो 2 साल का हो गया है.
जी.
But then as and when, of course, at times you may not get that much articles. So you have to go for employees also. But कभी-कभी आपको articles मिल जाते हैं. Because now in my times, we had no choice. We had to go to each and every building seeking the articleship. सर आपका वैकेंसी है क्या? आजकल the CA article the student decide किसके पास जाना है हमको articleship के लिए. इतना फर्क पड़ गया है. कि he has got not many opportunities and avenues available. आज अगर ठाणा में suppose 200-300 अगर practicing chartered accountants है, तो ठाणा itself he has got lot many opportunities, avenues open. Plus he has Bombay is very nearby, so he can go to Bombay.
तो अभी सर एक बात और है, जब ये आपने कहा कि आर्टिकलशिप इनका ओपन हो चुका है, दे हैव चॉइसेस, और एक्चुअली एवरीबडी इज नीडिंग नाउअडेज CA एट प्लेस. छोटा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी बड़ा भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन CA चाहते हैं. ठीक है, पढ़ाई भी उतनी डिफ़िकल्ट है, और एक कम्युनिटी है जो CA चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स को बहुत सपोर्ट करती है. लाइक आपका जो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है विच हेल्प्स देम टू ग्रो एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. आपके हिसाब से आजकल MBA जैसा भी फील्ड आ गया है, ठीक है, तो मास्टर्स इन बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डू यू थिंक इज बेटर देन CA, और CA इज बेटर देन MBA?
Though from my angle, both of them are not comparable that way.
They are not comparable.
They are not comparable, but chartered accountant has his own role to play. The MBA has his own role to play. But if you see chartered accountant, the way they are groomed in the examination and in the articleship period, they are coming out as a good lot. And when it goes to industry, though there is always a comparison which is going on.
Always a comparison.
In the minds of the people, or in the minds of industry, or in the minds of general
the students generally, because after 12 they think like whether to go for CA, CFA course or MBA course, where they should go. Like BBA course, BMS course, they're utterly confused. So we think that if at all, if you're good in doing accounts, go ahead with your BAF course, like Bachelor's in Accounts and Finance.
Come out of that, we have been holding the lectures at various colleges to motivate them to come for a chartered accountancy course.
To motivate them,
Of course, CA course is very tough that way. I can draw the parallel example that you take MBA, you take engineering, you take medical. Have you seen any failures? But if you take chartered accountancy course, there are many failures. That shows the toughness of the course, as well as what preparation you are supposed to be having.
So this is completely based on some financial policies of the country. Like how is it?
No, it's not a financial policy, because see, the chartered accountancy course basically the accountant. If you see accountant, and then by being accountant, then there is a audit practice also which follows. So it's not a financial thing which is coupled with this. Of course, the chartered accountants are now opting more for the finance field also.
Yeah, that's CFA. Now,
Yes.
see, like if you can't do CA, then you think for CFA.
Yes.
So what do you think for? Like,
That's what when you say use word, if you can't do CA, you can go CFA.
Yeah.
Or you can go for MBA also.
yeah.
There are examples where my own friends' sons or daughters doing MBA after becoming CA.
Acha, they
And
do.
they have got a job because of their MBA qualification than their chartered accountancy qualification. But MBA has its own role to play. But as I said, you hardly have an example of a person doing MBA has left the course. There is no such example. Whereas there are examples where the chartered accountant could not complete the CA in 4 years, 5 years. He had left it. Then he went for CFA. Then one
It's
more.
more or like
Yes.
just.
There is one more course called ACCA. That's it considered accountancy. And once you get that, you get the job. That is what I have been told. You get a job in Europe, basically. So, but then in CA, in MBA, you don't find this. Of course, but I got immense respect for MBAs also.
Yeah.
Because I respect MBA, which I have been telling my CA students also, that the presentation skill of MBA should be adopted by chartered accountants.
Yeah.
My students, my articles, or in general chartered accountants also. My kudos to MBA for that.
True.
Yes, certainly.
So there is something new coming, everyday policies, and especially we talk about GST. That is goods service tax. What is that? Exactly. I mean, I understand. I know very well. I mean, I have been knowing it, trying to read through. लेकिन आप ये बताइए कि एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट GST आपके नज़र से क्या है, कैसा सही है, गलत है, कंज्यूमर के लिए किस तरीके से वो इफेक्ट करता है, क्या है एग्जैक्टली?
देखिए, जैसे डायरेक्ट टैक्स है, इनकम टैक्स है, वैसे इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स भी जरूरी है कंट्री में. पहले एकदम सेल्स टैक्स रहता. When I was doing my articleship or my started practice, that time sales tax was there, which was replaced by the VAT. And VAT was replaced by GST. Now GST is culmination of all octroi, LBT, and sales tax or VAT. So it is a prerequisite for any country to have the indirect taxes. If you see this VAT in Dubai also, UAE also.
Yeah, there.
When I had, in 1997 also, I had seen Europe had a VAT. And there was a system of getting VAT refund when you purchase something. So every country has got direct and indirect taxes. So I don't think, of course, there can be a difference of opinion about the rates of taxes.
True.
GST. Now whether there should be state GST on petrol or not, whether other commodities, how far it should be, whether it should be 18%, 12%, 5%, there can be dispute about it.
Yeah.
But it's a prerequisite for any country to have the direct taxes also.
Sir, but ऐसा नहीं लगता कि we are paying lot of taxes, like too many taxes we pay. I mean, whatever it, either it be in the form of GST or whatever. So, आपके अनुभव से बताइए जरा.
नहीं, if you see the country wise, then unless you pay taxes, can you dream for infrastructure? Can you dream for other services which you are getting? The way we pay property taxes in the local municipal corporation. And we expect the local municipal corporation to do good roads, good water policies, good water connection or water. Electricity also is not, of course, it's not a municipal corporation, but it is a MACB like thing. So if you want to have good infrastructure, you cannot avoid the taxes. What is needed is whether you have any control over the utilization of those taxes for the betterment of the society and for our betterment as a citizen of the country. That is what we have to, जहाँ बोलते हैं अंकुश जो है पब्लिक का, वो होता है कि नहीं होता, उसके ऊपर सब निर्भर होता है.
जी.
टैक्स तो देना है, मेरे ख्याल से we are not oil-rich country that we can afford to have everything free and no taxes and people can enjoy. Of course,
correct.
The oil-rich countries also have started now. The first example is the VAT, which has been started by them. So from that angle, I don't think that we should avoid. And if you see that technologically, even income tax, now you file the return today, you get refund in 24 hours at times. So this is what the government also is doing it.
Technology has contributed to a lot to the development of.
Of course, out of
everything.
140 crores of the population, only 9 crores people are filing the returns and paying the taxes.
Yeah.
And that too they are adopting for the new scheme now for the taxation.
तो CAs के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे वो लोग इम्बाइब करते हैं?
नहीं, बहुत अच्छी तरह इम्बाइब करते हैं, बहुत अच्छी तरह. Because now everything is portal based, vis-a-vis income tax, vis-a-vis GST also, and the way they are adopted to new technology, amazing. So I mean, once you are adapting to a technology and once you are used to it, then there's no problem of getting along in the taxation system anyway, whether it is a GST or income tax. Right?
Correct.
I feel that way.
ठीक है. So sir, आजकल की जो CA हैं, as you said, they are brilliant.
Yes.
ठीक है. And GST is also a good thing. अभी मुझे ये UPI का समझ में एक चीज़ आता है या नहीं आता है, जो भी है, बट मैं आपसे क्लियर करके लूँगी कि हाउ हम UPI से पेमेंट करते हैं, कहाँ जाता है. आई डोंट इवन नो एनीथिंग अबाउट ABC ऑफ अकाउंटिंग. जैसे कहा जाता है कि UPI पेमेंट करते हैं तो हमारा टैक्स कटता है, मतलब UPI से पेमेंट किया तो हमारी तरफ से टैक्सेस हम पे करते हैं. तो हम गुड्स टैक्सेस तो ऑलरेडी पे करें. जब हम दुकानदार से कोई सामान लेते हैं तो वो टैक्स देता है, हमको बिल दिखाता है, हम स्कैन करते हैं और पेमेंट करते हैं. तो जब पेमेंट करते हैं तो उस पर भी शायद टैक्स कटता है जो हमारा तरफ से जाता है, हमारी UPI से. नहीं
मुझे तो ऐसा देखा नहीं मैंने. Because I have been using GPay for many of my payments. Because why to pay cash?
That's important.
Government is promoting that you should use less and less cash.
डिजिटल करेंसीज, ये चीज़ है, बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है UPI. और जैसे हम लेडीज़ लोग के लिए भी, जैसे कैश नहीं कभी कैरी कर पाए, हमने GPay से तो बहुत अच्छा होता है, सुविधाजनक है ना हर चीज़. पर कभी कभार ऐसा होता है कि GPay करते हैं तो आपका टैक्स भी कटता है, GPay ही कटता है.
मैंने तो नहीं देखा है. And of course I tell you, I had been to सोलापुर. जहाँ सोलापुर अक्कलकोट रोड जो है, उसमें अक्कलकोट से 5 to 7 kilometers. I halted at one small dhaba for a cup of tea. The lady who was also in hand cart and selling some items, and she had a QR code there. I said, you are using QR code there?
That's something amazing. But एक चाय जो मतलब अपने एक स्टॉल है, चाय का स्टॉल, या कहीं पर भी जाइए, रिक्शा में बैठिए, ऑटो में, या आप छोटे से दुकानदार के पास जाइए तो आपको UPI का वो लोग स्कैनर दिखाते हैं. आप यहाँ से भी, दैट्स समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. मुझे खुद अच्छा लगता है. मोबाइल हाथ में कैरी किए, आप सामान लिए, निकल गए, स्कैन. बट ये जो टैक्स की जो बात आती है यहाँ पे आती है तो ऐसा एक बार हिचक होता है.
आर यू टॉकिंग, सर्विसेज के ऊपर GST आता है, नो डाउट. But जहाँ पे and you get benefit of that. When you pay GST, when you pay GST, either your cost of goods is increased with the GST involvement in it. Services rendering, if that GST is there, then you have to get a deduction for that in your accounts. If you are filing return, if you are having a balance sheet of profit and loss account, if you are not an employee, salaried person, if you are a businessman, then you are going to get a deduction for what expenses you incur. So whether it is bank charges in the form of अभी UPI से पेमेंट का कोई बैंक चार्ज आपको लगा दिया, वो बैंक चार्ज भी आपको डिडक्शन मिलता ही है. Of course, not for the personal home consumption goods which you purchase. That you cannot expect bank charge, because normally you use savings bank account for the certain payments, normally. And your business payments also you may do your proprietorship bank account which has UPI this thing or GPay. So from that angle, See, the day by day when the technology is evolving, and then your AI also now, so there is going to be some cost involved in it.
Yeah.
And we should not be, when you got see now ATM has lost its importance.
True.
You'll find less and less people using ATM. Previously, for 200 rupees, people used to go to ATM and draw. Now you will not find any queues in ATMs, and people are using the GP or UPI for any payments. Payment they go to jewelry shop, they make the payment by UPI. So from that angle, I don't think any should not be any problem. And financial aspects of it, when a country is promoting certain technology.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Had a great talk.
I should thank you
on
because
Krishna Talks.
I should thank you because you have been opportunity to go to the people.
Yeah.
Your students may be listening to this podcast, and I hope they'll take some cue out of it.
Yeah.
And I'll invite more and more people to go for a Chartered Accountancy course, pursue this course, and be the pillar of the nation, because our institutes, if you see our partner in nation building, the theme of the institute is partner in nation building. So Chartered Accountant, he plays much greater role in the nation building via his practice. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.